Hello, I'm the general manager for the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'd like to thank you for meeting with us. We have a pair of picks in the lottery at the 6th and 11th slots and would like to ask you a few questions. This question is a tough one to ask, as there really isn't a right or wrong answer. Over the last couple of years, we've had entire seasons washed out by insurmountable injuries. As a franchise, we're becoming more conscious on injury histories and what that means for our draft picks. What can you tell us about your injury history, and more importantly, your ability to play through pain?
There isn't a whole lot to tell, but I can say that I've taken every precaution with the injuries that I have suffered. My career is way too important for me to just play on every injury I've ever gotten. I don't see that as being overprotective, just being smart about my body. I have a responsibility to not just my team, but also myself, you know?
Okay, I think we were able to get a good read into what you're all about. We'll be in touch. Greetings, I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Detroit Pistons. We're picking 9th in the upcoming draft. We love what we saw in you and want to ask you some questions to see how well you'd fit in with us. Question number 1. The team that we built here in Detroit was a rebuilding effort that didn't quite pan out. Obviously, it's difficult to predict the future, but I expect to see a fair amount of roster turnover as we work towards retooling the lineup for another rebuilding effort. How comfortable would you feel coming into a situation where the roster is in a state of flux?
It sounds to me like you're asking if I'm comfortable losing in the short term. Sure, I can handle that for a little while as I learn the NBA game. It's not the biggest motivator in the world, but if you're telling me that you guys have a master plan, I can definitely get on board with that as long as it doesn't hold my game back.
Thanks for your time. This gives us something to take back to the team. We'll see you on draft night.
Nice performance tonight. I'm GM and President of Team Operations for the Suns. We have the 13th pick in the draft and I'm considering using it on you. I'd like to ask you a couple questions real quick if you don't mind. This offseason, we said goodbye to an era as Steve Nash left our team. With his departure, we're looking to the future for a point guard who can do what he was able to do for us. Do you think you can be that player?
And I modeled a lot of my game after Steve. And I think I can help be the next player to come in and lead the Suns the way he did. Look at your roster. I get excited at the prospect of setting those players up. And we can accomplish great things early on. You won't find a harder worker than me in the draft. I'll give you everything I have on the floor, man. That's bad.
Okay, good stuff. We'll be in touch if we have any other questions.
With the first pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Hornets select Anthony Davis from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Michael Kidd Gilchrist from the University of Kentucky. With the third pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Bradley Beal from the University of Florida. With the fourth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Dion Waiters from Syracuse University. With the fifth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Thomas Robinson from the University of Kansas. With the sixth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Portland Trail Blazers select Damian Lillard from Weber State University. With the seventh pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Harrison Barnes from the University of North Carolina. With the eighth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Terrence Ross from the University of Washington. With the ninth pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select the 20-year-old point guard from Oklahoma State University.
So Kirby Finley, the point guard from Oklahoma State, is headed to the Motor City Detroit Pistons. Here we have his contract offer. annual salary, 500 coins for 2 years. They want me to provide minutes off the bench. While we're doing these drills, let's talk about our team. It's been almost 10 years since the Pistons were relevant. The 2004 Pistons swept the Lakers in the NBA Finals. That team was led by Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace. How am I blanking on? Oh, Rasheed Wallace. Duh. How could I forget that name? But this Pistons squad that we got drafted to has Jose Calderon at the point. I believe Rodney Stuckey at the 2. Tayshaun is in Memphis now, so I believe Maggette maybe starting at small forward. And I don't know about some of these contracts I've seen on the Pistons. Corey Maggette and Charlie Villanueva have way too big of contracts. If I'm allowed, I'll be standing up against that so we can use our funds elsewhere to game in a better team. Have Brandon Knight. So Jose Calderon, Brandon Knight, and Kirby Finley. That's a pretty solid point guard core. And I show Corey Maggette here what I think of his contract. Get that bullshit out of here, Maggette. Anyways, in the upcoming videos we'll have Kirby Finley's first NBA game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Later.